Hello, viewers. This is SP here, and this is just my first installment of a final Pokemon remake series. You could say what would it be like if Nintendo, Game Freak, or even the Pokemon Company got tired of remaking the same Pokemon games from the mainline series. So I just imagine what it would be like if they would give them the final remake treatment, like a Digimon story kind of treatment, with rich storytelling and deep dive into characters and stuff. Though it would be more targeted for older audiences like 10 and up, but with no swearing and no cursing in them. And yes, they would have decent art style of the characters, a certain art style which I will talk about later as I go through remake, this remake of Gen 1. So I gave it the title Mega Red and Mega Green. And like the name suggests, there will be mega evolutions in this remake. So in this version, Venusaur and Blastoise would get new X evolutions, meaning that their original Mega Evolutions would count as Y versions. And like with Mega Charizard X, Mega Venusaur and Blastoise X would gain a secondary new typing of sorts. Maybe Venusaur like maybe a ground or dragon type, and Blastoise with a more maybe I don't know steel or something like that. And yes, it depends on which game version you get. You would receive a particular Mega Evolution. Like with red, it would be X, and green for Y. And though you know how it goes with the rival character, the starter Pokemon of the rival character would be would have a typing that is strong against the protagonist's starter Pokemon. So so I thought this idea, depending on which gender you choose for the protagonist, the other gender would become the other character, kind of like with May and Brandon with Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, and his or her starter Pokemon would be weak against the protagonist's starter Pokemon. Yes, there will also be regional forms of Gen 1 Pokemon, like the ones that I mentioned in my regional Pokemon ideas video. Though in that video, I forgot to mention about a regional Psyduck with poison typing. Mainly because, well, platypuses, especially the male ones, have venomous bars on the back of their back legs. Though Psyduck and Golduck do look more like platypuses than just ducks, which I forgot to mention. But anyway, for the art style of this game and for the art style for the whole final remake series. Forgive me if I do something that just sounds inexperienced because, well, I'm still new at this. Anyway, I was originally going to have the fire red and leaf green art style, but I would personally choose either the art style from the 4S's Dynazenon anime, both for the humans and Pokemon, and or even the art style made by Timothy Lim, who did the art for the Common America comic series, which does which his art style looks great. And I haven't really chosen of which one to choose because they're both great and they're hard to choose. Sorry that I said that one twice. The XP share is now a key item to use, like with from Gen 7 and stuff, but the difference is that you can turn it off if you wish, just for reasons and whatever, and there will oh wait, I already mentioned the regional forms, sorry. Oh, there's also the pre-evolved forms of the Gen 1 Pokemon, like Magby and Mime Jr., which you probably get it. You can also give your protagonists different personalities, like stoic, logical, wild, shy. You get it. Give the character a personality. And depending on which gender the protagonist is, yes, I know I got trainer in the right there, but I'm calling him or her the protagonist. So anyway, depending on which gender you choose for the protagonist, that protagonist would date a particular character. So for example, if you choose Red, aka the male protagonist, he can date either Green, Misty, Erica, Sabrina, or L'Oreal. And same thing for the female protagonist, aka Green. She would date either Red, Blue, or Brock. I know there's not much for for the female protagonist today, but heck, there isn't much young men in Gen 1 besides the random characters you encounter for Pokemon battles. And yes, the character that the protagonist will date would be the love interest and stuff like that. But depending on which character the protagonist dates, it would unlock more deep stories for that character and some important details and stuff like that. So for example, if the male protagonist chooses Sabrina as his romantic partner, or at least dating, Sabrina would then, well, it happens after the protagonist defeats Sabrina. Sabrina would go to Kaio's gym and offers him a better location for his gym to be at. For those who don't know, Sabrina beats the original gym leader for that certain city or town, and she became the city's new gym leader and stuff like that. And also, for the when encountering Mewtwo, you can allow her to catch Mewtwo because she's a psychic type user and stuff like that. But she would give you Mewtwo's data in the Pokédex, and play gives Mewtwo's data and added it to the Pokédex. Though if the main protagonist isn't dating Sabrina, it would probably switch like with Professor Oak or the rival, aka Blue, Gary, etc., or something like that. It's just up to the player to choose to either capture Mewtwo for him or herself, or let someone else catch it, but still gain the data added into the Pokédex. And yes, and this is just about the regional forms that I like this like the ones I mentioned from the video and stuff. But the outfit that the characters wear, I chose particular ones. But the art style would still have to be either from 4S's Dynazenon or Timothy Lim's artwork. So yeah, this is what the male protagonist, aka Red's outfit would be like, just like in the original. And Green, aka female protagonist's outfit like this. At least for how the start of the game, where the characters would wear these protagonist characters would wear these outfits at the start of the game. And this is the rival, aka Blue or Gary, like that. And Professor Oak with like with the slippers and stuff. He's got that nice stare to him, even though it makes him look grumpy, but heck. And there's Brock's outfit, like Dimba Jim, Neeby Jin, or whatever, with that one shirt. And there's Misty's outfit right there. And this is what the Turret Sergeant outfit would look. Lieutenant Surge, sorry. And this is Erica's outfit right there. And this is what Koga will wear in the final remake. And this is what Sabrina's outfit looks like. I mean, in most later incarnations, it looks no different from this one, except for that one in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, where her outfit is completely changed. Well, before that, there was the Heart Gold and Soul Silver version where her outfit looks completely different. But I want to have those, those shoulder pad like stuff on her outfit because it just makes her look cool and imitating and stuff like that, you know. Then there's Blaine, and there's Giovanni here. Now for Lorelei, or at least I think that's what her name is pronounced. I've chosen the Pokemon anime design for her outfit because I just really like her outfit, and yes, she would look exactly like this in the final remake series. And this is Bruno right here. And this is Agatha. Yeah, sorry, I don't know how that picture became like that. I really don't know how she became so flat like that. Oh, I forgot to mention that in the difference, that the rival would become one of the members of the Elite Four and become a ground type user. That was the original plan, but we could still go ahead and just have him be like the champion, like with the original and the other remakes too and stuff like that. As for the champion, well, I originally planned to have like red or green be the champion and be a certain type user. Red would be fire type and green would be grass. But we could have the other character, be one of the Elite Four for, but still be a certain type user for that. And for the Team Rocket Grunts, I was just thinking about giving them like different hairstyles and skin colors just to make them more unique and not to be like an exact look-alike from each other. It would just make them look like clones or something like that. Sorry, I had to take a drink. So anyway, that's about it for this final remake series that I have. So what do you think about the ideas that I have for a final week of Pokemon Gen 1? Leave a comment down below if you have any better ideas or any other ideas you have in mind for a final remake of Gen 1. So anyway, thanks for watching my video and goodbye.